What's up guys, welcome back to another Music Producer Reacts videos, and today we are reacting to a new studio version of Visiting Hours by Ed Sheeran, which has come out along with the announcement of his new album Equals. My name is Joe Gautry and I'm a music producer based in London, UK, so I feel like I know a little bit about production and enough to tell you some different aspects of how they've done things and also what's cool about the production. So we're going to listen to the song right now and we're going to break it down and see what this song is all about. But just before we get into that guys, this video is definitely going to get demonetized because copyright, so hit that subscribe button to support the channel and see future reaction videos similar to this one. But anyway, let's get into listening to Visiting Hours. This is going to be really emotional, I know. Very cool artwork. Very chill.
I wish the heaven had visiting hours, so I could just show up and bring the news that she's getting older.
What I like so far in the production is they haven't over-processed his voice. It's very raw and it's stripped back, and I think that's just going to add to the emotion of this song.
And I wish that you met her, the things that you learned from me, I got them all from you. Can I just stay around and we'll put all the world to rights? The little ones will grow and I'll still drink your favorite wine. And soon they're going to close, but I'll see you another day. So much has changed.
You might think that this is like quite a simple production, but there's loads of different effects going on in the background. Like for example, there's a lot of like atmospheric ambient sounds you can hear, which could have been made literally just by sampling his voice and then slicing off the low end and the high end and slapping it through a reverb. And also it's really interesting how the piano, for that little ascending chord line that you have there towards the end of the verse, they've made the piano very mid-heavy, almost like it's been played through an old radio, which is quite cool.
Since you've been away, I wish that heaven
There's a very nice ambient electric guitar as well there.
had visiting hours, so I could just swing by and ask your advice. What would you
Hits so hard. Like, we've now got the introduction of a proper choir section. I think this production was going to be hinted at from the live versions we saw where he performed in a church with a whole choir behind him. Like, I sort of feel like this was always going to happen, and it sounds so powerful. You can also tell that the song's really starting to build. There's a real nice sense of progression in the song, because at the start of this next section there was a lot of low end added to the song, which gives a sense of build. So let's see what this builds to.
do in my situation? I haven't a clue how I'd even raise them. What would you do? 'Cause you always do what's right. And we just talk a while until my worries disappear.
So that is the return of the effect that you may be familiar with from Afterglow. If you listen to Afterglow, you can hear that same sort of chorus background. Now, when I listen to it, part of me thinks that is actually a vocoder being used, but it could just be some really, really tightly quantized chorus of vocals as well. Either way, it sounds epic.
I'll tell you that I'm scared of turning out a failure. You'd say, remember that the answer's in the love that we feel. So much has changed since you've been away.
I always find that oohs are such an amazing way to not only build suspense, but also like help support the emotion that's trying to be driven across in the song. And obviously this is a very, very sad song. Like, I imagine anyone who's listened to this recently who's lost a loved one, like, probably very hard for you to listen to. Okay, Okay, so there was a lot that went on there in that breakdown. What I find really interesting about this section and how I would take this from a songwriting point of view is this song is really deep, and the lyrics can really hit home with people, as I mentioned earlier. And I think a breakdown in this song just gives the listener a time to reflect on what's been said. And because like the ambience and the emotion in this song is building so much. We had the introduction of trumpets, there was I heard a violin, and also his voice, which had been processed to the point where it's just like ambient, it's got reverb, so you just hear it in the background like an echo. But the whole purpose again of this section is, I think, just to give the listener a bit of a time to reflect on how this song is impacting them. And it's at this point you'd probably really be starting to think about how this song relates to you, and then that's when the emotion can really hit home. And I'm really starting to as well myself feel it, and it really makes you think, this song. But yeah, let's hear how it ends.
Heaven had visiting hours, and I would ask them if I could take you home. I know what they'd say, that it's for the best. So I will live life the way you taught me and make it on my own. I will close the door, but I'll open up my heart, and everyone I love will know exactly who you are. 'Cause this is not goodbye, it's just till we meet.
I need to force myself to stop it because I could just keep listening to this, but it's so cool. There was saxophones in there as well, helping with that ascending chord line going up, and the whole production is just so clean. And I love how his vocals have stayed dry throughout for the main vocal. It really helps you to focus more on the emotion that he's amplifying from his voice when he sings them certain lyrics. And you could tell after the breakdown, when it went back to the chorus but with hardly any production of his voice, you could tell that that really big impactful moment was coming, and it didn't disappoint.
So much has changed since you've been away.
Wow, I really want to make a really interesting observation about the end, and this is kind of getting really deep and sort of delving more into the lyrics and sort of the feeling around the song. But I really feel the reason why the song ended the way it did with just his voice is it almost feels like a bit of an empty ending. I can sort of relate that to the empty feeling you get when you lose someone who you've been close to so long, whether it be a relative or a friend. Brings back to the whole premise of this song, like visiting hours, how you wish you could like visit people after, but like that reality hits home that they're not with you anymore in your life, and you've only got memories of them, and it can leave an empty feeling. And that's why I think this song's so powerful, because the ending of the song I feel like really complements that. Honestly, this song is incredible. As soon as I heard a live version of it, I couldn't wait to hear the studio version. I really hoped that it wouldn't disappoint, and it hasn't. This is by far one of my favorite Ed Sheeran songs ever, just because of what this has made me feel. But yes guys, this was my producer reacts video to Visiting Hours. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, again, hit that subscribe button because demonetization, and it'd be amazing if you could support the channel. And if you are an aspiring music producer and want to get into music producing as well, please check out the rest of my channel because I have production tutorials for all levels of producer. But thanks for watching guys, and I will see you in the next video.